Obviously, the battle between you and John kind of getting going again after the spring and now into the fall. What's kind of just your opinion on it and kind of how it feels like, maybe even over the summer you guys were battling out and making each other better?
Yeah, I think that's a key thing that you just said there is we're making each other better. This is my 4th camp, and I've had a couple competitions, and I've been in a QB room where, the guys don't like each other, and it causes a divide between the QB room and the team. And I've been in a QB room where people like each other, and I think it brings the team in unified. And I think that's what I'm seeing here. We're pushing each other every single day, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's on the field, whether it's in the film room. And I think it's going to make us both better players, better people, better leaders. At the end of the day, we're both here to lead this team. One man is going to be the starter, and whoever that is, their objective is to lead the team the best they can. And for the person who's not starting, their objective is to lead the team the best they can. So I think throughout this whole entire process since I've gotten here, we've just been pushing each other to get better. I think that's the ultimate goal, and we're going to continue to do that, throughout the remainder of camp.
John said you were banged up a little bit in the spring or in the summer. What would kind of, did that hinder your ability to kind of lift or work out at all, or what was kind of going on?
So I had a really interesting injury. There's a joint in between the pelvic bone. Learned that. Apparently it got swollen. Was able to lift, was able to do all the football activities. I just wasn't able to full out sprint. So I took a little bit of time off. The time off helped me kind of decompress the swelling, and thank God, ever since that time off, we came back from 4th of July break, and I've been hitting the grind ever since. Everything's been feeling good, thank God. So just keeping going in that direction.
New college football game has you as 77 overall. You and John are even on that. Is that the right overall? You think you're a little too low?
I'm not mad at it. I mean, 7-8 months ago I was in FCS. I wouldn't even been in the game. So, the other day when it came out, my brother sent me videos of my friends, and they were stoked about it. Like a animated picture of me. I guess they did their best, but it was pretty cool. So I'm cool with it. I think it goes up as the year progresses. So, my performance will just dictate that and elevate it.
You mentioned how you've been in different quarterback rooms where sometimes there's a little bit of animosity, sometimes you're more, I guess, together. With this situation, how do you maintain a healthy, not to put words in your mouth, but not to where you're going at each other, but still kind of having a good time. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think it's just the person, the maturity. John is going into his junior year. I'm going into my senior year. There's a lot of maturity there. He's been behind Cam these past 2 years, and he's seen a lot of football. I think it just all depends on the person themselves. Do you have the maturity to be competitive in a friendly manner? And what I mean that is when we're off the field, obviously all things are good, and when we're on the field, it's competitive, and it should be. It's competitive between us. It's competitive between the receivers. It's competitive between offense and defense, and so on and so forth. So just having a healthy relationship and still having a healthy competition as well.
Tell us about throwing to Leon Neo. I don't know how much you guys ended up hooking up, but just he's been playing a lot more than he has the last couple of years. What's it like kind of passing around?
Yeah, no, it's been awesome. Leon pushes himself every single day. That's a kid that I've thrown with or had the opportunity to throw with a couple times after practice and just try to work on our chemistry. I think Leon's been here for a couple years and it's a long time coming. He's trying to prove himself. Obviously, my objective is to get the ball to the open man. He was the open man and he's making plays. So obviously I love to see him make plays, and I'm sure the coaches love it, and we'd love to see that more and more.
Pure curiosity, I've never heard the name Zevi before. Do you know what that means, or where that name comes from?
Yeah, so it actually means wolf. It means German for wolf. That was my great-grandfather's name. My great-grandfather passed away about a month before I was born. My mom, she took the inspiration. She was very close to him and named me that. So the actual name is Zev. Zevi just got added on when I was a little kid. On paper it is Zev, but Zevi just stuck.
All right, cool. Outside of the corners and the wide receivers, the quarterbacks might be the most confident group on the team there. Knowing that you're in a battle here, it's going to be a long process. You're going to have good days and bad days. How do you sort of balance that mentality and keep your head up even on those rough days?
Yeah, I think just knowing that there's going to be ups and downs. It's similar to a game. The defense is going to make plays, and if you're a defense, the offense is going to make plays, and sometimes the special teams messes up. It's all about how can you respond, and that's something that we've talked about. Is the team we're going against, they're on scholarship too. And they get coached just as well. Or maybe not just as well, because we got some damn good coaches. But they're getting coached to make plays. So when they do make the plays, how do we respond? And that's something that we've talked about. That's something that we're going to continue to work on. And that's something that we did today. We weren't practicing as well we wanted to. KT brought the guys together. He said, hey, we got to clean this stuff up. Everybody started cleaning it up. We brought some more energy, and we finished out strong. So just understanding, okay, here's some adversity. How are we going to overcome it?
What do you need to see out of your growth in the game over these next few weeks to be satisfied heading into the season? And maybe what do you need to see from your perspective to earn the starting position?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I just want to see the offense being, in unison. I want everything to look like it's fluid. I want it to look like an orchestra, like we're going out there and we have a script and we're doing everything to the T, and for myself, I think it's more about leading that, making sure that the guys trust in me, making sure that the guys, have energy and making sure that I bring energy. It's all about togetherness. I'm one person. There's 10 other guys out there. So for me, it's important, obviously, to carry that role and to lead the guys. But it's really, really important for me. It's uber important for me to make sure that the guys are all following in that and we're all moving together as a unit. Because when it comes to game time, we have to move together as a unit. If one man messes up, we all move back. You know what I'm saying? So it's important for us all to move as a unit, be in unison, and just keep striving forward.
What would it mean to you to earn the starting spot?
I mean, it meant everything. That was the whole reason why I made this decision to leave. I was at Bryant for 2.5 years. I made a lot of great friends, met a lot of great people. This was obviously a gamble, so it was a risk, and it was something that I wanted to do to elevate my game and to show people that I'm worthy to play at a higher level. It'd mean the world to me. It'd mean the world to me, to my family, to my loved ones, so it would be huge.
Can you kind of talk to your strengths, maybe sell yourself a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I might not be the fastest, although I think in the EA Sports game they did make me a little fast. So kudos to that. But yeah, I think from the past couple of years I've proven that I'm a very accurate passer. When things shake up, I'm able to evade the pocket and still make a play happen. Get our team in the best position or the best play if it's not there. Just trying to orchestrate the offense as best as possible. I feel like I've done that pretty well these past couple of years, and I'm going to continue to do that.
Are there any fundamentals this fall camp that you're focused on that you probably weren't in past seasons?
Yeah, I think my footwork. When I came here, Coach Buck and Coach Kuz, they were very, very particular with the footwork that you have to have for certain runs, for certain passes, for certain screens, and so on and so forth. And that wasn't really an emphasis at my old school. So making sure that my footwork aligns with what we're trying to do, because ultimately it's going to help us move faster and it's going to help me be more efficient. So I'd say footwork is obviously very key for me. Pre-snap defensive recognition, trying to see what the defense is doing so I have an idea, what I can do post-snap, or maybe even seeing something pre-snap and then getting a post-snap confirmation. Okay, this isn't what it is. Now I can go here. So just working on pre-snap, post-snap confirmations, and obviously my footwork.
One more for you, sorry.
Go for it.
With you and John, have they told you guys anything in terms of like, hey, we might get you guys both out there in certain situations or packages, or is it more just, one guy or the other?
Right now, it's just compete. Just compete. We're at day 2. Obviously, we want to focus on the now. We'll cross that bridge when and if we have to, but right now, just compete, put your best foot forward, and let the coaches make the hard decision.